Battleground Florida, and we are now joined by Hillsborough County State Attorney Suzy Lopez, who is looking to win a full term in a little more than a week. Now, you've raised a lot of money, of course, and with some of that money, your camp released this ad. Take a look.
They steal, they kill, they peddle poison to our kids, and then they do it all again. Suzy Lopez locked this revolving door.
Now, of course, there's a lot to unpack with that video, but first, why did you use video that's unrelated to Hillsborough in the ad?
The images that were shown show riots, and that was an example of what we had in Hillsborough County during May of 2020.
So you're not trying to dupe voters in any sort of way by showing video that's unrelated to Hillsborough?
We had riots in 2020. There were videos that were available. There were also videos that were not available. We're not in any way trying to dupe. We want voters to know that there's a clear choice that's happening right now. We're in early voting, and there's a clear choice, and Hillsborough County is safer under my watch. Crime is down, and so we want people to know that there's a clear choice, and that clear choice is me.
And so when doing something like that, showing an ad like that, are you being honest with voters?
Absolutely. We've been honest with voters from day one. I've been in office for almost 27 months now, and from day one, we've been very transparent. We've been very honest. Crime is down. Crime is down in Hillsborough County over 14.5% today over this date last year. That statistic actually is the sheriff's. Crime is down overall in the city of Tampa over 10% today over this date last year. Those are the facts, plain and simple.
And then one more thing about the ad. The voice in the ad says they. He describes they. So I just wanted to ask you, who are they? When he's referring to, I believe, when he's talking about the videos that we just saw, he says they. So I just wanted to ask, who are they? People
who took advantage of this community, people who were bad actors during a time where this country was struggling in the post-George Floyd era. Those people who went into our university area specifically and wreaked havoc, they were causing harm to our community.
And then previously, you just talked about how crime is down under your watch, and you cited, I believe, Hillsborough County Sheriffs, and I believe in previous panels, you've also cited Tampa police numbers as well to say crime is down.
Yes.
So what have you done in such a short time to help contribute to that downward trend?
When law enforcement and the state attorney's office, our prosecutors, work hand in hand together, crime goes down. That's just a fact. And we support our law enforcement. We, of course, do not rubber stamp everything it is that they do, but we support our law enforcement partners, and we work hand in hand. We are out in the community also working with our community partners. Our relationships with our law enforcement partners were broken when I came into office almost 27 months ago, and now they're strong, as well as our relationships with our community partners. Working with the community to keep crime down has, in fact, kept crime down.
And then your opponent has accused you of being in this role illegally, and one reason is since voters chose him and not you. So why did the governor choose you specifically for this seat to replace the person who voters voted for?
I was an assistant state attorney in my hometown for 17 years. And so I have tried everything from murder cases to international drug traffickers. I've tried cases. My opponent has never tried a case in state court. He has never tried a case or even gone on the record on behalf of the people of Hillsborough County. I did that for 17 years. I then served as a judge in Hillsborough County. And so I've walked the walk, I've talked the talk. I know the needs of the attorneys in our office. I know the needs of my hometown.
And then reports show some of the campaign funds you've raised have come from staff. Your opponent doesn't think that you should accept that as their boss. Why accept their funds, their campaign funds?
They want me to stay. They don't want him back.
And you believe that that is fair?
Absolutely. You will see if you look at other constitutional offices. I am, of course, not a constitutional officer, but other offices that are up. Go and look at those offices, and you'll see that the employees in those offices have also made donations. I've just been unfairly targeted, but other donations or other offices have had donations from their employees as well. They don't want him back.
And speaking of campaign cash, Warren believes using George Soros's name in this race could be an anti-Semitic trope. How do you respond to that?
I think that that is an absolutely absurd accusation. I am by no means anti-Semitic. George Soros has funded state attorney or district attorney races all across the country for experimental or progressive prosecutors. The people of Hillsborough County do not want that. They want crime to be down. They want to feel safe. And so to call me an anti-Semite is really, quite frankly, rather offensive.
Well, I don't believe that he's calling you that. It's just when he did. So when did that happen?
It happened on Twitter.
And then...
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, on X.
Yeah.
And then how did you respond to that when you say that that happened?
I didn't need to respond because it's patently untrue. The sheriff also made a comment that that is not something that belongs in this race. What we need to look at and discuss are the facts.
And then he's saying that he has never accepted any money from George Soros. Does that change anything for you?
There has been money that has come to him through other channels, and you can ask him about that.
And then you're very passionate about youth crime prevention, just like your opponent. So what specifically do you plan to do to prevent crimes among teens and kids?
We work very closely with our community partners, specifically Safe and Sound Hillsborough. As Hillsborough County State Attorney, I sit on the Leadership Council of Safe and Sound. And we work very closely with Freddie Barton, who is the executive director. And we want to get our juveniles, our young people, specifically the young men, out of the system before they even get in the system. And so we work with the reporting center, and we work very closely with them because we want people to know that you do not get a free pass in Hillsborough County just based on your age. We want to get guns out of the hands of our young people. And people say, well, how can I help? What can I do about that? 83% of guns that were reported stolen in Hillsborough County during a 6-month period in 2023 came from unlocked cars. So I encourage people, lock your car doors, because there is no scenario where a 14-year-old is legally allowed to have a gun.
If you lose this race and Warren wins, but DeSantis will suspend Warren, will you accept this job again if you're appointed?
That's a lot of what ifs, so we'll see what
but
happens.
I mean, all politicians work off of what ifs. I mean, so would you accept the job?
We intend to win in November.
And then what happens if you don't?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but we intend to win.
And then any final messages for the viewers, for the voters?
Hillsborough County is safer under my watch. The sheriff has done an excellent commercial where he makes it very clear that Hillsborough County is in fact safer with me.
Suzy Lopez, thank you so much for being here. And coming up, political analyst Tara Newsom will join us live. Battleground Florida continues in just a moment.